H fans, people interwebs, it's me, Salvage G1, back for another Transformers review. Yes, I have been a bit sidetracked recently because I have just bought this the other day and it's occupying my every fucking waking hour at the moment. If you haven't got it, fucking go out and buy it. If you love survival horror, this is just fucking awesome. But enough about Resident Evil 2. Let you go back on there. So, we're going to be doing... Oh, you know what? Of all the years I've had this channel, I've never reviewed this guy. And I'm going to do it now. I'm going to be doing G1 Soundwave. Yes, this is a G1 Soundwave, not a reissue. This is an original Soundwave. Now, there are a couple of variations I'll get into in a minute anyway. So, without further ado, here's G1 Soundwave. He is a Decepticon. And his function is communications, cries and screams and music to my ears. It's said that Soundwave can hear a fly sneeze, uses everything he hears for blackmail to advance his status. Opportunist, despised by all other Decepticons. Sensors can detect even the lowest energy radio transmissions, able to read minds by monitoring electrical brain impulses, acts a radio link for the others, locates and identifies an Autobots, then informs Decepticons, carries concussion blaster gun, often the target retaliation by his comrades. So yeah, and this is the 84 version, but there is a version with the rub symbol as well. This one doesn't have it, but there is available. So this is the 84 version. 85 version had the rub symbol on the front there. But somebody stuck these on the wrong place. I got this for 22 quid. A little history. Back in the day, I used to work in a comic shop, and it was ace. I fucking loved working there. And basically, this guy had brought in a fuck ton of Transformers to sell, and I come in and it was like quite a lot of G1, and my jaw hit the floor, and I was just like, oh my god. And I'd just been paid, so I picked this guy up with all the cassettes that they had. I picked up Bruticus, I picked up Megatron as well, and a few other bits and pieces. But I just did not have the money for the rest of them. And I thought, well, I'll wait till next week, because I used to get paid weekly then. And I'll wait till next week. And within like 2 days, my 2 days off, gone. But anyway, I did get G1 Soundwave, and I was really happy to do so. Anyway, so there he is, in his cassette mode. It does come packaged with Buzzsaw. Now, this is an original Buzzsaw, but unfortunately I've lost his head. It fell down here last night, vanished. I'm getting onto cassettes. I'm doing, the cassettes are having their own little video, so it does come packaged with, actually this is Laserbeak, sorry. It does come packaged with Buzzsaw, but I'm going to review all the cassettes by themselves, because I've got quite a lot of them, so I'm going to get through them all. And there he is. Very good. I mean, that's all he does. I mean, he does have a working radio tuner there, a volume control, an on-off switch. These buttons don't do anything, and you press the button on the top. Although the mechanism is getting old. Does it work better without the cassette in? No, the mechanism is a wee bit old. I could use, I could see if I can repair that. So anyway, you can put a cassette in there and the job's a good one. So now I'm going to get onto the variations where I take this car to robot mode. This is the reissue that came out in 2003. Let me just check for you. I think it's 2003. I do have the world's smallest one as well. I'm sure it was 2003 this guy came out. It's not saying on there, is it? Well, around about 2003, this one came out. And this one is a remold of the Sound Blaster mold. I'll get onto that when I get to Sound Blaster. Because as you can see, his buttons on the front there are slightly different. Now there's a third variation of this as well. As you can see, I've put in this, I've put another micro cassette. It fucking fits a treat, so you know. So I can have a cassette in there, and then have all my cassette cons out. There is another variation of this where it's just the Classics one, which is the Sound Blaster mold, just recoloured like Soundwave. Now I don't have that one. I thought I did have it, but it looks like I don't have it, which is Pin of the Arse. And then there's the San Diego Comic Con one that came out back in 2009, I want to say, which is exactly the same as this, basically. Yeah, 2009 that came out. But anyway, so I'll just put you the two G1 Soundwaves I've got. But I've also got a fucking cassette man as well. Now, somebody put a Decepticon symbol. Matthew Grant kindly gave this to me at TFN last year. As you can see, it's exactly the same, except the colour is a little darker, as you can see there. And it says Cassette Man on his chest there. So I've got every version of this mould, basically, except the Classics one. I need to find me a Classics one at TFN. The only other difference on this one is he says MC10 there. And I think it says, yes, it does, cassette on his knees. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you the variants. Apart from transformation, they're all more or less identical. So speaking of which, we'll take him to transformation. So basically, just like the cartoon, you disconnect the legs and then you rotate them down, like so. Rotate them out, and then you pull out his little feet like that, which are die-cast metal. And you rotate the shoulders in. Oh, you can do the lamppost mode. So you basically just put him like that and then push him forward. Lamppost mode. Yep, he does it. And then you rotate his arms out like so. Pull out his feet, his fists. Oh, there we go. They're really stiff on this one. There we go. That one's not so bad. There we go. And then you pull out his head, twist it around, and there's G1 Soundwave. Now you pull down the battery cover. Oh shit. And then you pull out the batteries, which become his guns. Now he does fit actual AA batteries, sort of. They will fit in there. So that's pretty cool. Because apparently the original version of this you could play cassettes on. I'm not entirely sure that's true, but I'm sure you could. And you could get like a headphone jack for it as well, so you could pretend it was playing music. I'm not sure if it ever did. I could be wrong. I don't think it did, but there is a version of it where it's non-transforming and it does play cassettes. And then actually, it was in a little Easter egg in a Black Mirror episode as well. So you put his iconic shoulder blaster on, and you give him his gun. His gun just transforms a little bit. You pull it out, and you get one of these missiles. I've got fucking loads of these. Put him in like that, and then it will fire, but like in the cartoon, that's his gun, and he can go. Yeah, very cool, very cool. One of my absolute favourites. And well, as you know, he's my favourite figure. He's my favourite character in Transformers because he has the coolest voice, you know. And he's superior as well. One of, I think, only one who can actually do. You can actually recreate his box art. So what you do is you just. Firstly, show his articulation, and it's one of the most articulated G1 figures as well. His arms will rotate 360 out the shoulder. Well, that's tight. He can bend at the elbow, and he's dropping his gun. Don't be doing that. Soundwave. You can bend at the elbow, which is pretty cool. You can move slightly in and out as well. That's just motor transformation. His legs can go forward. Can they go forward? I'm sure they can. No, they can't. They can go out a bit like that to transformation. Bend him up like that. And his head will do a 360 Exorcist twist, but that's more for the transformation than anything. And he's really cool. Really, 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 really cool. Really cool. So you can do his box art. So you just position him like so. Position him like that. Pull out his arm slightly and do that. And then pull out his little leg. And there is his box art pose. Which is really cool. Really cool. I don't usually stand him like that. I should, but I've got no room for him because he's stood next to the other two Soundwaves and Sound Blaster. Yeah, he's really cool. A must. If you're a G1er, you must get this guy. Like I say, it's been reissued a number of times over the years. like I say, you probably get the Japanese book box one fairly cheap, or the I don't think did they do an Encore? I can't remember if they did an Encore Soundwave. I don't think they did. I'm just checking for you now. Let's have a look. I don't think they did do it. There is a Shattered Glass Soundwave. It's the only one I ain't got, and I don't really fancy paying the £500 that he's going for. So if anybody's out there who would wish to donate me one, feel free. Yes, they. No, I don't think they're. They ever did. Encore Soundwave. I'm just checking on tfu.info. Now, tfu.info is a fantastic site. If you're collecting, it shows you, not only does it show you the various variations of each figure, it also shows you what weapons they're coming for. I mean, TF Wiki is great for the like characters and descriptions and fiction and that. But TFU actually takes a picture of each weapon they come with. So, I mean, an ionic discharger rifle can look like anything, I mean, what's the difference between an ionic discharger rifle and a compressed Tetrion pulsar, repeater? But on TFU, it'll show you what everything that the set comes with. So, there you go. So there's G1 Soundwave. I've rambled on for far too long. So, the usual. The Patreon. The playlist. And the like, share and subscribe. So, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all very soon. Adios.